What's up, y'all? This is Trent B, one half of the reality TV couple with me and my wife Tori, where we react to reality TV shows, mostly dating shows, from classy all the way to trashy. Tonight, we had a block of Married at First Sight, season 20, episode. I'm gonna do episode 2 and 3, pretty much back to back. We pick up with Marissa and Adam, super anticlimactic. Anticlimactic. Um, they pretty much knew each other from like an interaction from a bar. Like he got her number and they just never texted, right? I respect the fact they both kept it cute, kept it on mute, kept it very demure. I appreciate that, but I definitely feel like there's more to the story. If I had to guess how they both act and how they carry themselves, it gives me to feel like Adam got her number and they were texting, but he kind of fizzled out because she didn't pursue him like he wants to be pursued. You could tell by the way Adam gets up and how when he's talking, he's sitting back like, yeah, so how did you like it? Was it okay? Was it fun? He's very pretentious. He's a little prick. So the fact he would get up at his own wedding and play two long ass piano notes lets me know that he's super pretentious. So when he got Marissa's number, he probably was attracted to her, but I think he's one of those guys that wants a girl to pursue him. Like, I think she didn't come with the energy like he wanted or like he thought he deserved. So I fully think she didn't give him the type of energy that he thought he deserved, so they didn't really work out like that. Like, he didn't pursue her and she didn't pursue him, which is cool with me. And they just kind of fizzled out. That's what I think happened. We'll probably get something about that later on. But and it was funny with their speeches. She had a really beautiful speech. For him, he's going to be dependable, give it 110%. That could apply to his job. That could apply to his friend group. That could apply to a fucking workout plan. Did you really want to be married or did you want to have a wife? Super interesting, right? Felipe and Tori, they're very cute, very demure. I like them. I like their vibe so far. They're very cute. Even at the end there when they got into bed together, that was cute. If I had to say any couple would be intimate that night, I would think it'd been them or Nick Bosa and Sydney Sweeney, the new couple. I think they would be intimate as well. And Felipe and Tori, she got my wife's name too. That's kind of funny. They don't act nothing alike, but she got my wife's name. That's kind of funny. But Felipe and Tori, if they are intimate, it's going to be clear. If they're intimate, Felipe is going to let people know. He has a blabbermouth. He has to let everybody know everything. If they are intimate, we will know by that next episode. So whatever episode that is, if they were intimate, we'll know by episode 4. Trust me. Tori, why does she look like that, and why does her family look like that? Like, they just look different. They just have a whole different vibe. Like, is she adopted or something? That was just interesting to me. The families look so much different. What does her father look like? We didn't see him. We didn't see most people's fathers. But the one father we did see, Caitlin's dad, what's up, man? Why are you doing all this? Like, did your daughter not give you enough hugs when y'all were young? Like, it was weird. He was making all these little side comments and stuff. I understand he probably did want to walk her down the aisle, but bro, you was doing a lot. Another dad that stood up and gave a speech. Now I'm starting to see why these people dads don't be at these events because they don't know how to act. They stood up and I'm like, Bruce Willis, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, thanks for nothing, sir. You can be seated now, please. And he gave another speech at the end, and he was like, I thank God I finally came. Like, his presence was really going to fuck up the whole wedding or something. They would have had fun regardless, maybe more fun. It was so interesting. And when they gave their speeches, the phone keys joke. But he thinks she's hot. She thinks she's like Nick Bosa. He wanted Sydney Sweeney, really? She wanted Nick Bosa, really? He's probably closer to Nick Bosa than she is to Sydney Sweeney. So I think they're going to be pretty good together. First impressions on them, she seemed like she could be kind of like annoying. I don't know what it is about her. She seemed like she could be a B for some reason. Something was off with her at first, right? I thought they was going to fight like cats and dogs, but they seemed very much into it, very much in synergy. They seemed like the white version of Mecca and Bella. We knew his daddy was going to make a comeback. And it was funny with the speeches with him and then the speeches with Bella's mom, Violence, so much different. It's so funny when a speech with like a dad and a mom, the mom is singing her praises. She's her daughter's biggest fan. The dad pretty much roasted the son, gave a very embarrassing story from their childhood. And it's like, hey, boy, don't you feel like you're too big? And it was just funny. The speeches was like complete contrast of each other. So I just thought that was funny looking at that. But the dad loves the spotlight, man. Mecca, you got to watch him, man. You got to watch your daddy because he loves the spotlight, man. And he made another comeback. I knew he was gonna make another comeback, and that's not the last play. That's not the last time we're gonna see him either. He's gonna find a way to get back on camera. Trust me. He must have been on something else before. He looked like the type that had been on Divorce Court or something before. In case y'all was wondering, Nick was on a little show called The Circle, another little show called Perfect match. But don't ask about it. Don't talk about it. Don't bring that up right now. He's just a common guy. He's not a star. Like Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. He's not a star. Somebody lied. He got in a car. It's like I thought he did look familiar. I feel like I never watched The Circle, but I do feel like I remember him from Perfect Match. I feel like he was in there long enough to get a cup of coffee and probably got played for his girl probably played him for a hotter guy or something. But it's like, why do you think you're a celebrity like that, bro? Like you was on these shows, it's on your IMDb, but you wasn't around. You wasn't like making that big of an impact to me, to be honest with you. And like nobody nobody would have said nothing about that if you didn't make it a big deal. You made it a big deal, and that's why at the end I feel like a girl was kind of clocking it. Like, why do you feel like you had to be on camera so much? And I respect her thought process. I feel like you need to go down that path and be cautious. She really need to have a walls up with him because, bro, this is like I'm gonna count your third dating show. They said 5, but the third show that matters to me, bro, this is your last chance. After this, I don't want to see you on camera no more. You're not that hot. At first glance, I was like, Nick is cool. Nick is the type of guy for this show. That's before I knew he was a fucking TV whore. And it's like, if you like to be on TV that much, bro, just be an actor. Like, stop with the whole reality TV rules, bro. You don't want to be a regular person. You want to be a celebrity. You want everybody that sees you to know that you're famous. Because she would not have said that if he didn't bring it up. I promise you, she don't recognize that. She don't recognize you. But it's interesting. She's conservative. I feel like nowadays social media has punished Trumpers for being Trumpers. So she can't say that, but that's what it is. January 6th, she probably knows what that is, but I don't think she was involved in it. But she's conservative. He said he's leaning conservative, but then when she asked him some examples, he kind of drew a blank. I'm like, either he wanted to be politically correct or he just doesn't put no thought into it. But either way, it's something to take note of for sure. Michelle and Cameron, real quick, they actually turned out to be the stiffest couple. I didn't think they would be the stiffest couple. I thought that would have been Nikki and Steve Stout. But they turned out to be the stiffest couple because for her, why is she so interested in height? Why does she need somebody tall like that? And she got the tallest dude they could find in Seattle, it seemed like. That dude seemed like he's like 7 foot tall. He's probably 6'9" for real, but next to her, he looked so tall, and it just looked uncomfortable. Like when he leaned down to kiss her after they said yeses, it looked like Frankenstein kissing a bride or something. It was weird. That was good. I like what he said. He's wise, and I respect him for not wanting to come on camera for this BS, like for this unserious ass show. Overall, they should be good. They just really stilted. The only issue could be the kid situation because for her to freeze her eggs at 26, let me know that having kids is really important to her, and it's important to his mom as well, I believe. So kids is gonna be something that's gonna come up at some point, but she's at a good ripe age to have kids. It shouldn't be an issue unless it's an issue for Cameron. He seems like a runner. If we seen some of the previews, he's looking for the slightest thing. Like if you cook the eggs a little too long, he's out the door. It's like he comes into a relationship with 1 foot out the door already, which is super interesting, right? That's why he hasn't had nobody serious in his 37 years of life. Oh, Big Sean and Nikki? Big Sean is a 69 guy. If y'all don't know, Big Sean is also Steve Stout. He's a 69 guy, man. I will say he's 48 and she's 46. They both look good. They both look really good for their age, man. Black do not crack, but it does swell up for some people. But they look good. I will say that, man. Like, good for them, right? She has this $200,000 criteria. Super interesting. I feel like if you want the height, which she said she don't care about the height, but she mentioned 6 feet first. That was important to her as well. If you're gonna have all these demands, some gotta slide a little bit. It's hard to get, like my man's trying to say to her, like it's hard to get all of that into one guy and have him be charismatic and all this shit. But what you're gonna end up having for a guy in this experience is what you had with Sean. Like he makes the money, but for him, he knows he's short. She pretty much confirmed it when she walked up, and it was an awkward silence. It was so silent you could hear a pin drop. It was like 30 seconds of silence, and that little time frame was supposed to be like, "Hey, you're really gorgeous. You're really pretty. I like your eyes. I like your beard. You're tall." That time frame was supposed to be filled with that, and it was filled with her just looking like, "Damn, that's what I gotta be with. This him." Very disrespectful, and I think at that point that really changed how he's seeing her. Could not see her any other way, and then I think after that, instead of like backing up and kind of playing it like he should and being a sapiosexual that he claims, he just tried even harder. He just overdid it with the sexual innuendos, and it's like, stop it, bruh. We know what you're talking about. 69 God with these high school has jokes. The 69 joke, really? And I respect her, man. This is what happens when you coming at a real woman, a grown woman like that. She's killing that. She's killing that shit at the door. Like, hey, cut it out. And she really let him do a lot more than I thought she would with the little garter thing and shit. But that bedroom stuff, I'm surprised she let him get in that bed. Because she knows he's playing, but she knows he's kind of pushing the boundaries a little bit. And she has some firm boundaries, so I respect that. So it's like, he's a little freak, man. Honestly, if I was her, I wouldn't let him get in bed with me because he's just freaked out, you know. And you could tell with the conversation he had with his homie, she didn't hear that, but he's going to push the boundaries. He's really trying to get in where he fit in. And it's like, bro, you're not that guy. You're the good guy. you're not that guy. You gotta play it slower. Play it slower. Like if you gotta ask for stuff, certain stuff, if you gotta ask to kiss her and do all this stuff like that, it's a reason for that because when you come in, she's going back. So you just slow down a little bit, my boy. You too old to be playing like that. And when Sean was talking to her, I can't blame him for leading with his strong suits, with his strong points, right? Bring out the big guns. You know you're not the tallest guy. He looks like he's about anywhere from 5'5" to 5'7". Lead with your strong suit, right? I don't blame you. You know, tell her you're a doctor. But I do feel like people, when they hear doctor, they think of a MD, right? They think of like Dr. Kevorkian or something. They think of like an actual surgeon or some shit like that. And I know it's more than that. And that's why I think she kind of loosened up a little bit. And he knows that too. So he led with the strong suits, but at some point it's gonna be like this sapiosexual shit. It's like, bro, just be regular, be a human being. He's talking like he's talking to a colleague. Like, relax a little bit, take some of that off, right? As far as Mecca and Bella, Logic, you got to live up to that name, my guy. When are you gonna be this young man's father? Like, it was cute at first for the wedding, the pre-wedding, that was cute, but like all this homie shit, all this best friend stuff, talking about clapping cheeks. I don't want my dad talking to me like that. That's weird. And now I can see why Mecca's so childish with the two gems and the other stuff he got going on. Now I see why he's so childish because your daddy's childish. Like, be this young man's father, man. Give him some real solid advice, man. Talking about clapping cheeks, it's like, how does that help anybody? All in all, man, I feel like these last two episodes was long. I feel like we were spending a lot of time with the weddings. I guess because there's more people getting married, but we spent a lot of time on these weddings, and I feel like the bedroom stuff would have been a little bit more interesting if we had a little more time to let that unfold. If I had to say who would get intimate, I think Felipe and Tori, I think they would be intimate. And then I would say Devin and Caitlin. I think them two will be intimate on the first night. Everybody else, I think, is going to be pretty cool. But it looks like it's going to ramp up. I want to see people when they do the little meetup. That's going to be interesting. That'll be a lot of drama with that. I want to see what that looks like. But, y'all tell me what y'all think before. Y'all tell me what y'all think below. What's some of y'all favorite couples? What's some of y'all least favorite couples right now? Tell me how y'all feel in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll holler at y'all tomorrow.